You don't grow at the gym. You grow when you go home. Most people over 50 still think the key to progress is training harder. But at this stage of your life, your biggest muscle builder isn't what you do at the gym. It's what you do after you leave. This is about how recovery becomes your competitive edge after 50. Hey, I'm BJ Brahmachari. I'm a natural professional bodybuilder in my mid 50s. So I know what we're talking about here hits home for me, and I'm sure it will hit home for you. So thank you for joining me today on Age is Just a Number, and let's get right into it. And you know, the thing is, when we were in our 20s, we could kind of eat whatever. You could do whatever. I remember eating pizza so much and drinking beer, and my body would bounce right back. But you know what happens as we age? Our metabolism changes and our body changes. And so what does that mean? It means that we need to respect our body more in our 50s than we did in our 20s. And if we do that, we'll see that there are still quality gains that can be made. See, our recovery systems, they change. They slow down as we age. But we can still gain muscle fast in our 50s if we will have as much respect for our recovery as we do for our training. Overtraining is not a badge of honor. It is a fast track to injury, lack of motivation, and destroying our time at the gym. And trust me, over the years, I've done it, wasn't fun, didn't enjoy it, don't recommend it at all. So here's our takeaway in our 50s. You're not too old to grow, you're just too tired to recover properly. Forget the post-workout window. The real growth happens when your head hits the pillow and you get the deep quality sleep. You see, it's when we have that deep quality sleep that growth hormone gets released. And obviously that's what's going to correspond with testosterone, our body's healing, our muscles being rebuilt as well. Deep sleep is when growth hormone peaks, and that's the single biggest repair signal in our bodies. Now, as we age, the release declines, but quality sleep can actually double it compared to poor sleepers. So what should we be doing? Well, we should be focusing on sleep consistency over perfection. What does that mean? You know, things like the same bedtime, making sure we're sleeping in a dark room, a cooler room. If we have technology, shutting off the technology, 30 minutes before bedtime. One of the things that I've done, and I got a pair for my daughter also, is I have blue light glasses. So I will put those on if I'm on the technology in the evenings, if I'm doing some work or things like that, so that I'm allowing my brain to start to kind of wind down and get ready for bed. Now, another thing that you can try, and I've just started doing this in the last several weeks myself, is magnesium glycinate before bed. It helps with deeper sleep and helps with your muscles to relax, and you can give that a try and see how that works. Now, before you go adding things to your nutrition plan and things like that, if you aren't sure about something, a vitamin or whatever we talk about, make sure you talk to your doctor and you get some good quality medical advice if you're unsure about something. If you're getting some value out of this today, please take a minute and like the video. It just helps us with getting the word out with the algorithm to other people in their 50s that are going to find value in this. And if you're new to the channel, you take a minute and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of this content. And we're providing quality content on recovery, on nutrition, on training, everything that we need to live our best life physically, and some mental stuff and emotional stuff we talk about in our 50s. In our 50s, our body doesn't process protein as efficiently as it did in our 20s and 30s. One of the things that we call that is anabolic resistance, and that's also relative to the workouts and things like that. However, here's the thing when it comes to protein. We need to aim for about a gram of protein per pound of body weight. And we want to spread that out over the day so that we're somewhere between 25 and 30 or 40 grams of protein per meal. And maybe that's 4 or 5 meals that you're getting into the day, whatever that looks like. My regular day has 5 meals, kind of 3 major ones and 2 smaller ones. But you can figure out what works for you. But the consistent protein intake is vital for your body so that it can continue to recover and build back the muscle. Also, it's important post-workout to make sure that you're including quality carbs in your meal and in your nutrition plan. It helps to cut cortisol, helps our bodies to recover, and so it needs to fit with all of your overall macros, but there should be a good carb source after you work out as well. Now, we did a whole episode on nighttime nutrition and specifically protein. So I'm going to put a link in the description to that video. However, there's value in having that nighttime protein intake, whether it's slow digesting protein, whether it's something like yogurt, but having it as we lead up to bedtime so that those amino acids can be released into our system over the evening. Now, here's one thing that a lot of people miss out. If you're not eating enough and getting enough calories, your body will not build muscle because your body just goes into survival mode and it's not working on adding muscle. It's just trying to keep what it has and kind of keep above water. So if you want your body to add muscle, you need to make sure your body knows it's safe to add muscle. And that's something as simple as making sure that we are in a slight calorie surplus so that you're eating maybe 10% more calories than you need in a day. Recovery after 50 isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing the right things between workouts. Gentle movement on rest days, things like walking, stretching, light cycling, keeps blood flow high and speeds up recovery. Some daily stress management, and this one's huge, but whether we can, put in some time for some deep breathing, time for meditation. For me as a Christian, I have time for prayer in my day. These things keep cortisol in check and keep our hormones balanced. Think of recovery days as growth days. You're not being lazy, you're building muscle in silence. You've earned the right to train smart. And recovery isn't backing off, it's leveling up. And can I tell you, as someone who's done a lot of dumb training mistakes over the years, I've learned the hard way, but this is so important. Younger lifters can get away with mistakes, but we can't. But we can also get better results because we train and recover with intention. Your body will still respond to smart training, but it demands strength and consistency. So the next time you have a great workout, remember it's time to go home to grow, to refuel, to rest, and to recover. And if you do these things, regardless of your age, you can build a quality physique. Thank you for joining me today. If you got value out of this and you're going to enjoy more content like this, please take a minute and subscribe to the channel and like the video. That really helps us out with getting the word out with the YouTube algorithm. And appreciate your time. We'll see you next time.